the 5 biggest things that are holding you back as a mortgage broker from hitting your goals. What's going on, guys? My name is Nick Friel, founder of Simplified and the Loan Launch Program. And this channel is dedicated to helping mortgage brokers scale their business using lead generation, online marketing, automation, and more. So in this video, we are going to go over the 5 biggest things that are holding you back as a mortgage broker from hitting your goals. Now, number 1, this is by far the most rampant thing I can say that I've experienced, especially with producers that have already done well, is I hear a lot of, I want to get back to the numbers that I used to do. I want to get back to the numbers that I was doing in 2016 or 2020. So what's happening is brokers are relying on old ways to get new results. So you need to realize as a broker, the broker that's going to win nowadays is not necessarily the best mortgage broker or the most experienced or the most knowledgeable broker. It's going to be the broker that has the best business setup. So you need to make sure you have systems and automations in place that allow you to focus on your mortgage business, not just on doing loans. Number 2, biggest thing that I see is that's probably just as detrimental as relying on old ways or old habits of thinking to get business is relying on outside factors. So I see this constantly. You have, as a mortgage broker, you're maybe reliant on realtors to bring your business. If you are reliant on somebody else to bring your business, you're always going to be in the passenger seat. You're never going to be in the driver's seat of actually growing your business. I see a lot of people who are reliant on market changes. Maybe they're just waiting for the rates to drop before they start marketing. They're just waiting for this law to pass before they start marketing. There's always a reason that they're waiting. And whether it's their realtor partners are out right now or the refi rates are too high, this is honestly even bigger than relying on old ways. This is the one that I see that's most detrimental because it's so easy to believe as a mortgage broker that, when this happens is when I'm going to start growing, or when this happens, I'm going to start putting out videos. If you only fixed one, if you could fix this one, stop relying on outside factors to grow your business, you're going to come a long way. All right, so number 1, relying on the old ways to do business. Number 2, relying on outside factors like realtor referrals or for the market to get better. And number 3 is relying on warm market. So relying on your inner circle to close leads. I know as a mortgage broker, you always get uncomfortable when maybe you're in a room with your friends or your cousins and they bring up the fact that they're looking for a home and they didn't ask you directly and you feel the urge to try and get that business right away. Or if there's another mortgage broker in the room and you're talking to a mutual friend, there's just that constant urge to try and turn that warm market who should be a friend or a cousin or just a good conversation with your, high school buddy. And all of a sudden you realize like, I should be trying to close this person. If you didn't have to rely on your warm market, you could just enjoy those conversations. You could just have a conversation with your cousin who you haven't talked with in 6 years. And when he says, hey, I'm looking to buy a home, you don't have to feel the need to like go get that business. You can say, hey, if I'm here, if you want to call me. But when you have outside, cold lead generation, that's marketing that you're doing, that has nothing to do with your warm circle, your life becomes so much better because now your business and your warm circle are not so tied together. And I'll tell you, you'll enjoy time with your friends more, time with your, family more when you don't have that lingering thought of always needing to, try and convert them into a deal. The number 4 biggest mistake I see mortgage brokers make is they mistake being busy for being effective. So just because you're busy does not mean that you are getting things done. It doesn't mean that your business is growing. And the way you can tell is if you are spending all of your time and all of your energy trying to grow your business and you are the same or even smaller than you were last year, you're spending your time on the wrong things. So being busy is no indication that you are, doing well or working hard. Honestly, being busy is sometimes the lazy route. It's very easy to bog yourself down with busy work that it's clear what you need to do. Like part of being a broker thinking like a CEO is that it's not always going to be clear cut what the next thing you need to do is. So don't make that mistake, that slippery slope of thinking because you're spending all the hours of your day working that you're actually getting things done. And the number 5 thing that I think is holding every broker back from hitting their goals, getting to that next level, is lack of volume. So this accounts for so many things. And most people, will say, this lead gen wasn't working, or I got these setters and they weren't working, or I started doing content and it wasn't working. And it's not that these things aren't working. It's just that the volume wasn't there. You might find that you thought doing a video a month was going to be fine. And you might realize that it's 10 videos a month you need to put out to hit the numbers that you're hitting. And you might think that out of 10 calls, you're going to get, 2 applications. You might find you need to put out 100 to get the amount of closes that you want to have. I think this is the biggest thorn in the side of mortgage brokers who have tested out some things and maybe felt like it hasn't worked, is that you really probably haven't just tried enough volume. You haven't had enough reps. And don't make that mistake of shutting something down or turning it off before it's actually kind of taken fruition. So volume negates luck. The more volume that you do, it's going to highlight the things that are working well. It's going to highlight the problems that you have in your business, which gives you the opportunity to fix them. So just to recap, the 5 things that you can do to start hitting your goals is not rely on old ways to do business, not rely on outside factors, not rely on your warm market, stop mistaking being busy for being effective, and when you test things, stop doing it with such a lack of volume. So the opposite of these 5 things that you can do to start growing your business would be do things the new way, have systems and technology in place to help you. Don't rely on outside factors, but rely on systems and things that you've implemented yourself that are going to help you grow. Don't rely on warm market, but rely on cold market, leads that you pay for. Focus on being effective and efficient, not just busy, and focus on volume first, results second. Those are the things that you can start doing right now to help you start hitting your goals. This is after talking with thousands, probably 10,000 mortgage brokers about their problems, their business, and going into the things that are either holding them back or helping them grow. And it can be boiled down to these 5 things. So if you even fix one of these things, it's going to help you start growing. If you go ahead and fix all 5, I cannot wait to see where you're at as a broker this time next year. So if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Every bit of support helps. If you're a mortgage broker looking to potentially work with us, go ahead and click the link below. Either way, we appreciate all the support. My name is Nick Friel, founder of Media Simplified. We'll see you on the next one.